Hello. Welcome to the strength, core and balance class for older adults, or for anybody. Doesn't have to be. You don't have to be an older adult to do this. Is this light enough? Can you see okay? It's quite dark and dreich outside. Right. We're going to start with a warm-up and I'll talk while I do the warm-up. So we're going to start with a heel dig and an opposite bicep curl. Heel dig, bicep curl. One leg, both arms. One leg, both arms. One leg back, both arms forward. One leg back, both arms forward. And then a high knee. Okay, so this is just the sort of 5 minutes-ish warm-up to get your muscles warm, to get your joints working, and also to get your mind in gear, because you've got to remember the sequence. Even as an old hand, I still forget where I am sometimes. So the first thing to say is there's no class on Friday. Just remember, Friday is there's a class for you, because obviously, as keen participants in your own health, you will switch on and do the class. I mean, it doesn't matter, because it'll seem as if I'm live. So you do the class. I'm not doing it live. Okay? If you're new to this, all the exercises are doable. We do 12 repetitions of each one. If you haven't exercised for a long time, if you've never exercised and you can't do 12 repetitions, that's fine. Do one. Just give it a go. And 12 is something to aim for. If you could do it perfectly, you wouldn't need it. Strength is vital. Without strength, you become frail. If you become frail, you risk falling. And did you know that falling is the biggest cause of accidental or injury-related death in the UK? Not the fall itself usually, but complications arising from it. So be strong. So after the warm-up, we're going to do 3 sort of 10-minute slots. The first 10 minutes are exercises, standing up exercises, as it were, with either light weights or without weights. The next 10 minutes is the same exercises with heavier weights, or with light weights, or with no weights. You know your own capability. You decide. You challenge yourself, but don't hurt yourselves. And then the third section is floor work. If you can't get on the floor, if you can get on the floor, if you can't get up off the floor, if you're not confident that you can get off the floor, either have someone with you or just don't do it. Miss out that bit. That's why I've got it as a chunk at the end. But being able to get off the floor is a life skill that you should work on. You shouldn't lose. I think that's all I've got to say. I say it every time at the beginning of the class, so those of you that have been with me a while must be getting fed up of it. But the main thing to take from it is that these exercises are all doable, they're all modifiable. So to get strong, be persistent and be consistent. Okay? Don't think, I can't do that, and then not do it ever again. Right. We're going to do 3 more. We're going to do them a little bit faster and I'll talk you through it. Don't worry if you get flummoxed in the middle. As long as you're moving, it's okay. So we're going to go heel dig, side, back, high knee. Heel dig, side, back, knee. That's 2. Last one. Heel dig, side, back, knee. Right, there we go. Nicely warmed up, I hope. We're going to start with squat is essentially a squat, but we're going to do it on a chair, sit to stand. I'm going to take light weights. You don't have to, you can if you want. Light weights are when you can do really lots and lots of repetitions because the weights are so light. Okay, so it's up to you whether you do this or not. And the reason we've got weights is we're going to do a compound exercise. As we stand up, we're going to do an overhead press. So we use the, ow, just nips my finger between the weight and the chair. See, you can injure yourself just when you least expect it. So you're sitting in the chair, you're shuffling forward, your knees are at 90 degrees and your ankles are under your knees. Your hands are here. We're going to stand up and sit down in a very controlled fashion. If you can't stand up without putting your hands on your knees, then ditch the weights and do that. And if you need to rock, then rock. Try not to let your knees come in, but eventually you're aiming to be able to stand up without using your hands or rocking. This is one of the tests that people, the medical profession do for frailty. You can't stand up out of a chair. The reason I use the chair, sorry, I'm talking a lot, I know. The reason I use the chair is because it's a real life situation, because you will be getting up and down out of a chair all the time. And it's also keeps your squat technique very good because it's essentially a squat, but with a chair. Right, so enough talking. Ready? We're going to go. 1. And as you go down, just brush the chair with your bottom. 2, if you can. If you need to sit down, then sit down. 3. Stick that bottom out. Imagine you've got eyes in your bottom and it's looking for the chair. 4. I'm going to show you what it looks like from the side so that you can see how much I'm sticking the bottom out. I'll get that out of the way. Hang on, I'll have to move here. Right, ready? 5. Stick your bottom right out. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. There we go. Right. As you get stronger doing these, not when we're doing the class, but because you should do these every day really to practice. You can use a lower chair. I've got a stool that's about that high that I use for my squats. It's quite hard. But I still use a stool because it keeps my technique right. Right, the next one we're going to do is we're going to just bring the knee up and the arm. Try and get them to touch. If you can't get them to touch, then that's absolutely fine. Just do what you can. So we're going to go. Get that twist in your back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring the other arm up as well. 5. Get that one moving. 6. Any excuse. 7. To move a limb. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. I'm not sure if the counting was very good in that one. Yeah, so you're doing that. Motion is lotion, baby. Right, we're going to do a lunge. Again, I'm going to use my light weights. You can use light weights or no weights, up to you. So we're starting the lunge with feet hip width apart. Now we're not going to lunge backwards and forwards like that. Okay, we're going to do a static lunge. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what I'm calling it. So your feet are hip width apart. You take a step forward, but still have that wide stance so that you've got good balance. I'm going to do it from the side for the first one to show you what it's like. At the same time, we're going to do a bicep curl. So anchor your upper arm to your side. So your upper arm doesn't move at all. It's just these bits that move, your flippers. So step forward, and we're going to just dip a little bit. You don't need to go right down. So we're going to go 1, 2. Your torso stays upright. 3. As you get better at this, 4. You will naturally go down a little bit further, 5. But just be careful to begin with. 6, just a little dip, 7. You can have a chair by you if you want. 8, or do it by a wall. 9, because it is a bit of a balanced one. 10, 11, 12. And then it does get easier as you go along. I'm finding them easier now. Other leg, and 1. Keep your knees pointing forward. My left knee wants to go in like that. Do you see that? 3, 4. It's a good idea to do exercises 5 in front of a mirror. 6, because then you can see what your limbs are doing. 7, 8, because sometimes you think they're doing one thing. 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, sometimes you think they're doing one thing and they're doing something totally different. Right, keeping hold of your weight, or do it with no weight. We're going to do a side bend. So have your feet slightly wider than hip width. And as you go down to one side, just pull this arm up, just to give it a bit of motion. Okay? So we're going to go. And remember, you don't lean forward. You don't lean back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then get your chair, keep your weight. I think we're doing right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're going to do some more sits to stand. It's really important to keep strong legs. Sitting down without using your hands, obviously. Shuffle forward, and we're going to go. 1, 2, 3. Nice and slow down. 4, 5. When you do this, your weight should be on your heels. 6. When I'm sitting down, my toes are almost coming off the ground. 7, 8. That was a bit of a plonk down. 9, 10, 11, 12. Down we go. Right. That's almost almost the end of the first bit. What we're just going to do is to give your legs a bit of a rest from doing sits to stand. We're going to do a bit of a balance exercise. Have the chair next to you if you want, so that you can hold on if you need to. But that's absolutely fine. And we're going to just do, standing on one leg, we're going to do the other leg's going to go around the clock. So it's going to go 12, 3, 6. Now, if you can, try and do it without touching. If you can't, then touch down at each point. Okay? I'll try and do it without touching. Right, here we go. So, 1, Do it slow and controlled. Don't sort of do it like that. 2, 3. Oh, try that one again. 4. See what I mean? It's because I stopped concentrating. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's a bit wobbly that, wasn't it? Give your legs a bit of a wobble because the static leg takes a bit of pressure as well. Right, other side. 1, 2, 3. Woo! 4. 5. Some days my balance is really good. 6, and then days like today. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That was a bit of a scattery one. Right, we're on to the second 10 minutes. We're going to do some sits to stand. I'm going to use my heaviest weight. You can use no weights, lightweight, or your heaviest weight. I'm only going to use one, and we're still going to do 12. Usually a really heavy weight, you can only do 5 or 6 repetitions. But this time, because we're using our legs and only one weight, we're going to do the 12. And we're going to hold it like this. So you're holding it, a kettlebell's good for this. Not holding it right out there. You're not holding it close in, just holding it about there. Just nice and sort of relaxed. This is called a goblet squat. So just find out where the chair is. Shuffle forward, holding it here. And we're going to go 1. Get that bottom stuck out. 2. You may need to adjust your feet slightly. 3. That's fine. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Nice and slow. 11. 12. And down we go. Suppose standing up from that, it's almost 13. Keeping your goblet here, we're going to do, because obviously the next set that we did in the last session was this one. We can't do that with this weight. So we're going to hold the weight here. We're going to do a goblet march. So we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, nice and slow and controlled. 4, 5, this is strength and balance. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And putting the heavy weight down, choosing medium weights if you have them. Medium weights you can do if you're choosing weights in a shop. Don't just go in and think, oh yeah, that feels medium. Do some exercises, do some bicep curls or something. Medium, you should be able to do 12 to 15 repetitions, but by the time you're coming to the end, you're glad it's the end. Okay? So light weights, you can do loads of reps. Medium weights, 12 to 15 reps, but it's a struggle towards the end. Heavy weights, 6 to 8 reps, and that's all you can do. You sort of collapse after that. So medium weights, lunge. Let me get rid of the chair. And bicep curl. Okay, so adopt a position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm just thinking about this. You're doing 24 bicep repetitions, so it's quite strenuous. 1, look at that knee going in again. 2, 3, 4. Oh, my arms are knowing it now. 5, 6. My forearms are hurting as well. 7, because of holding the weights. 8. These weights are not easy to hold. 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. I'm glad that's over. Except still holding on to your weights. We're going to do a side bend. Oh, at least it's not a bicep curl. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's hurting my shoulder. 7. I'm not doing it on that side. 8. This bit, I mean. 9, 10, 11, 12. Do you remember I've been complaining about a sore shoulder, sore muscles in my upper arm for a long time? I've discovered it's rotator cuff. So there you are. Other side. I can do it on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you should modify your exercises. 5, like I'm doing, not doing it on one side. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Woo! And then, last one. Get me chair. We're going to do another goblet. Goblet sit to stand. Sitting down. Get the goblet. I mean the weight. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right, last one before we go on the floor. We're not going to do this one. We're going to do something slightly different. I'm going to try and get you to jump if you can. If you've got dodgy knees, then don't jump, just step. I'll show you both versions. So the jumping version is going like that. It's called skaters. Get a good twist. Okay? The other version, if you've got dodgy knees, just step. And if you can, land on your toes. Okay? And the same with stepping on your toes, and then a good twist. Okay, we're ready? Whew, it's a bit ungainly, this, because I sort of lose balance a bit, but it is a balancing one. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, stop. Start again. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You can tell it's live, can't you? Because if it hadn't been, I'd have cut that bit out, the first bit. Right. Floor work. So, if you need to, you can't just get down on the floor, you can slither off a chair. If you've got bad knees, slither onto your bottom. And then afterwards, you go back up and you either get onto your knees if you can, or one knee, and then push yourself back up. But we're not going to do that. Well, you may have to. But remember, I'm going to do a lunge and then down. Remember, if you take these specs off, if you can't get up, if you're not confident you can get up off the floor, have somebody with you or leave this bit out. Right, we're going to do the first exercise. And I know if you've got dodgy knees, you're going to need a modification, and I'll show you that in a minute. So the first one, you're going to go on your hands and knees. Your hands are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. You're going to bring one arm up and the other leg back. It's called a bird dog for some reason. I don't know why. If you can't go on your knees, lie on your tum, one arm up and the other leg. Okay? So whichever one you're choosing. And if you think, I can't do it, just keep trying. So, ready? 1, 2. The reason I put my hand up first and then my legs, because it's easier to balance. 3. Rather than doing them both at the same time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Other side. 1, oops, falling over there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whew. Right. Usually a bit warm by this time. We're going to do a bridge. So I'm going to let you lie down, which I'm very pleased about myself. So lying on your back, feet quite near your bottom. And then thighs stay parallel. The weight is on your shoulders, not your neck. Pushing up, you poke your glutes and feel them taking the strain. So up nice and high, thighs staying parallel. And we're just going to touch the floor and back up. 1, 2, really push though. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then sitting up, just sit forward a bit. Don't sort of collapse. It's not trying to get your head on your knees. Imagine you've got eyes in your chest and you're just looking forward, just to get that kink out your back where you were arching. And also to delay the inevitable, which is what the next exercise. Right, the next exercise I call the killer plank. And surprisingly, quite a lot of you seem to enjoy this, or you enjoy the challenge of being able to increase the number of reps that you can do. Some people are doing all 12 reps. Some people are doing 2 or 3 reps. It's entirely good. Any number is good. This is going to be difficult if you've got arthritis in your wrists, because it's a wrist one, because you're going to be doing it like this. If you can't, go onto your elbows and then go back into a plank. If you want to, you could put your knees, you could do this bit of it. You could maybe even do that bit. Yeah, you can do it on your knees if you want. I'll show you what it is. Yeah, I haven't shown you what it is. It's you're going to one leg out and back in, other leg, and then a step in and out. Okay? I'm not going to count. I'm going to do 12. I'm not going to count because some people want me to go faster, some people want me to go slower. So I'm going to do it at my pace. You do it at your pace. You won't be able to see me because you should be looking at the floor. And then I'll count you down. I'll start 10, 11, 12. Okay, so adopt the position. Don't have your bottom stuck up in the air. After this bit, remember to get your bottom down again. Okay, 3, 2, 1, off we go. Try not to get your bottom in the air. Just using your legs. Ten, 11, last one. Woo! How did that go? Right. If you can't do the sort of lunge bit that we do to get up, another way of getting up would be to lie on your tummy. Put your hands there, push yourself up like that, go onto your toes and get up like that. Okay? Or use the chair, crawl over to the chair, pull yourself up. But I'm going to use the lunge. So you get onto your knees, left leg forward, and you're going to stand up. 1, left leg forward, down in a controlled way. We're going to do 3 on each side. Up, left leg forward. If you can't do these, fine. You might want to have a chair. I'll show you on the other side. So we're going to do the other side now. So right leg forward. Maybe pull yourself up like that if you can't do it without the chair. And then that's the way, isn't it? Or you might want to put one leg forward and push yourself up like that too. You don't have to be a purist about this. The getting off the floor police are not going to come and grab you. So if one side is more difficult than the other, use your hands on the other side. I want you to try both sides because if you fall, hopefully not, and you damage your knee, and it's the good knee that you can use, you might not be able to get up. Anyway, as usual, if you can, if you haven't, if you can subscribe and like the class, subscribe to the channel, which means you like the channel, like the class, which is the thumbs up bit, and I'll see you on Monday. No class on Friday. No class on Friday. See you on Monday, except you're doing the class, obviously. Go onto my channel and just use one of the live classes there. Bye.